Salutations, viewers, I'm Sir Bookwriter, and I'm on a race against the calendar to beat all 96 of my 200cc time trial runs before the year ends. Last time, we flew past Rock Mountain, and now we find ourselves landing on track 64, Sky High Sundae. Sky High Sundae is the final track of the Propeller Cup, released in Wave 2 of the Booster Course Pass. This was the first track of the DLC to feature anti-gravity, and is also one of 5 to not have ground anywhere. I've got my own stories here as well, but as usual, I'll save that for later. The record history pre-patch was a war zone. So many different players had the top spot, it's difficult to even name them all. But eventually, Hickey won out and kept the record going into Wave 4. In the modern day, Drago, Mr. Void_BSHS himself took over, and has basically had the record since. He's even more obsessed with the concept of this track than I am with the concept of Big Blue. It's actually somewhat impressive. Let's watch the current record and see what's going on with this track. People often say that Sky High Sundae is really boring to play, and even more boring to watch. I disagree, but here's a counter for how many tricks happen over the course of Drago's run. 1 off the glider at the start, 1 in the ice cream cone, and 2 going down the stairs. Drago SMTs around the turn, grabs the 4 coins on the inside, and tricks off the second stair ramp. From there, trick, 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 landed adrift, shroom and SMT across the void, trick, 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 end the lap. The same thing is done on all 3 laps, making the total trick count 45 over the course of a run. Good grief. Now, in terms of my personal connections, this was one of 2 tracks that I played on day 1 of Wave 2. And despite the first 12 hours of my stream from that day becoming lost media, that day will forever stand in my mind as one of the most fun and unique experiences I've ever had playing this game. I started out on Waluigi Pinball, then a couple hours later I noticed that this track was using the same combo as Big Blue, and had F-Zero physics. Naturally, I immediately swapped tracks and started grinding. I got some pretty solid results too, peaking at 4th worldwide. But that's not the reason I'll remember this day. Gradually, as the day went on, more and more people started playing Sky High Sundae. At one point, we had a call of more than 10 people, all of them playing this track, all of them contending for the world record. Despite the track no longer using Dry Bowser Mach 8, it was a blast. That was the most playtime that Sky High Sundae would ever see. No one really loved the track on that day, but it was just enjoyable and addicting enough to host that grind. And that's all it needed to stick with me as a track that I still like. This, of course, means my PB is far better than average, so I hope this won't take me too long, but I have my concerns. Okay, here we are doing yet another difficult track. Don't ask about the combo, I'm doing something else. So, Sports Coupe Leaf Tires. I refuse to use the Stink Striker, so this is our next best bet. Okay, so, from what I remember, this run was very fluky. Like, that 219 is a best split, but my lap 1 kind of stinks. So, I'm not looking forward to this, but let's just see. Darn. I don't like that I actually got a boost out of that. I am only ahead because I got 2 lucky double tricks. We're out here strat finding on Sky High Sundae. Why did you slide there? Me when I press the trick button on a trickable surface and it doesn't trick. Thanks, game. Thanks, Nintendo. Oh, nice trick. I say that not sarcastically this time. And there's where the sarcasm comes in. 732, is that a best split? I don't like that I keep missing glider tricks. But... this game's funny. Oh, bad shroom. Well, that was the closest attempt yet. Unfortunately, everything from lap 2 shroom onward was, meh at best. No trick somehow. Okay. Oh. Darn. Oh. Darn. Sure. Insane lap 1, and then death. I don't like how close that attempt was. Okay, this is actually a good time to bring up this point. Why do I keep sliding? You know, I can just shake my controller. I don't use a... You can see I use a Pro controller. So why don't I just shake? And the reason for that is because for shake tricking, you have to be on the trickable surface for longer than just the button press. And on a track like this, where you're only on the trickable surface for not very long of a time, it makes a tricky timing even trickier. And sometimes it just doesn't work at all. So that's why I press the button here instead of shaking. Oh, that was really close. Got it done, though. Alright, well that's this track down, and this ghost, I think, is even worse to race now, because that lap 3 is insane. Yeah, I just kind of risked it all. And, hey, it paid off. Yeah. Shoutouts to Enmead. That's all I have to say. Moving on. Alright, and Sky High Sundae has gone down. This was another problem track that I'm happy didn't take me too long. In fact, I think it took me longer to actually start playing the track than it did to improve. Regardless, that's behind us now. I don't have enough time to waffle. What are we playing? Cheap Cheap Beach. It's gonna be an interesting one. Wonder how the new strats will work. I'll figure that out when I get to it. See you next time.